Hello everybody, I'm Donna from Purple Pinky Promises. Hello and welcome. I'll give everybody time to hop on. I do have my comments connected, so I'm just waiting for people to hop on here. Get my cart so where it's not such a visual distraction. You guys, I'm sorry about that. It is kind of, it's getting kind of crazy looking. I'm gonna have to definitely go through and reorganize it. Welcome, welcome. Yay, okay. Okay. I'm just waiting for somebody to hop on and say hello and I'll get started. Looking at my blues here. Not sure Glacier's going to be the color I want. Let's see if this is too bright. Yeah, that's too bright. Maybe Glacier is the color I want. I think that's going to work as best. Yeah. Well, folks, I am going to go ahead and get started on this project because we had a little bit of a wait, and I have a lot to do. It's our Shop Hop month coming up here in a couple of weeks, and I've got stuff here. We have classes tomorrow, so I've got stuff here I need to get cleared off the table before we have class. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this project. So what we're going to create tonight is we're going to create something that can be just completely out of paper, and it can be folded, and if you needed to put it away for whatever reason, it can be folded flat, or it can be folded flat and mailed to somebody. So you can make yours any size you want this way. You could make it 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 and create your little flat mailer. I did have a little bit of a sample for that, but I think I used all my scraps from it. But anyway, yeah, no, I did. So here we go. Here's an example of that. So you can create it kind of card size and mail it as a flat mailer. So it folds up like this, and you'll see when we're done tonight how it sits and how it folds. But this measures to be 4 1/4 by 5 well, technically 11. You score it at 5 1/2. You cut at 4 1/4 this way, and then this piece right here measures 4 1/4 this way, and then this way it measures 4 inches, and you score at 1/2 inch, 2 inches, and 1 inch. And you'll see what I'm talking about here. I'm going to create a bigger one, but you could do a smaller one, flat mailer. I'm doing a larger one because I love this paper so much. I don't want to cut much of it off. It's just gorgeous. And so what we're making tonight is a little remembrance piece for anybody that, for a 9/11, if you want to set it out on 9/11 to honor anyone that was a victim of 9/11. You can also set this out for as a remembrance year round for someone military that you love. Or you can bring it out on those times, the different celebrations or remembrances that we have throughout the year. So anyway, for example, Memorial Day, Veterans Day, that sort of thing. You could do that 9/11. You could just bring it out at any time that you want. Okay, so the piece that we're going, and I'm going to do this from start to finish for you. The piece that we're going to do will measure 6 inches wide and 5.5 inches tall. So I'm going to cut my piece down to 6 inches. And I will have a post. I'll have a list of all the products that I used in this in the description here below on YouTube. So I'm cutting this at 6 inches. And I am going to have to take out my scoring tool for right now, just so I can get this cut in this direction. I have to put that back here in here just a second. Hi, Lindy. Hello. Welcome. Good afternoon to you. So 6 inches. And now what we're going to do is before we do our scoring, because I've had to pull my score blade out, we're going to measure this one. This one needs to be 6 inches wide so that it lines up width-wise. So it's going to be 6 inches wide and then 4 inches this way. Okay. Now we can do our scoring. Actually, no. I am going to put some more cards. So I'm going to take this one sample here. I was actually folding paper, trying to figure out what size I wanted, and I decided that I wanted 6 inches. That's not going to work, is it? Okay. Then never mind. Oh, yeah, it will. Yes, it will. This piece is 5.5. I'm silly. The other side is 6. Okay, I'm going to cut this at 5.5. And I'm actually going to use this piece. I'm going to have to kind of clean it up a little bit after it's been scored and then cut. It's this kind of paper is, or this kind of cardstock isn't really very friendly for that. There we go. Side. All right, I might actually, I might just rough up those edges. That would be kind of cool. Done that a while, but it makes such a big, huge mess. Kind of all getting my coffee ready and lost track. I am the queen of losing track of time. So you're in good company. I'm always losing track of time. Okay. I got to tell myself it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. All right, so now we're going to score. So I'm going to put this back in. And this is the piece that I was going to distress the edges, or ink up the edges with some vintage photo. Could use the other one, couldn't I? It's fine. It's fine. So let's score. So now I'm going to have to go down here to do some scoring since I could just take this out, couldn't I? I could just take that out. There it goes. So this is 11. This is an 8. I used an 8.5 by 11 piece of cream cardstock. And so I'm going to score it at 5.5. Just score it in half. It measures 6 inches this way, but 11 this way, so 5.5 is your halfway point, okay? And now, I am gonna go ahead and fold it. Just gonna kind of see, sometimes it doesn't always always fold so straight or score so well on these kind of boards. I like my scoreboard, but this will do. Okay, so now I have my piece that just kind of sits like so. All right, now this piece that measures 6 inches wide by 4, I'm going to turn it to the 4-inch side, and I'm going to score it at 3.5. I'm going backwards from what I normally would do. If you had a scoreboard, you'd score it at 1 inch, 2 inches, and then 3.5. So since we have this, it's going a little backwards from what we would normally do with a scoreboard. Okay, 2 inches, and then another inch. However, I don't want to go that close to the edge, so I'm flipping it over and I'm getting it at 3.5 again, because it's scored at a 1/2 inch on each end. So we're scoring that at a 1/2 inch. So you can see that it is scored 1/2 inch evenly on each end and in the middle, we hope. So folding that in half, and we're gonna fold that. We're gonna fold that, and I'm actually incorrect. The middle goes, it's like we're gonna make a W. That's what we're gonna make, is a W. Just like so. All right, now we're done with this. Now before I attach this, I've decided I am not gonna put this piece on the front. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just go around and with some distress ink around all these edges. I think it'd be really pretty to just do it all the way around. So I'm gonna take, I've got Vintage Photo here, distress ink. Set that there. And I inked this up before I went live, so it might be a little, actually it's great. I think it was getting a little dry. I really missed you telling what you're making. I am making a little home decor piece that is, it's a 9/11 remembrance, or a military remembrance, since today is 9/11, and it's been a rough month. Yesterday was a really hard day. There was a lot happening yesterday, and I'm tired of all the school shootings. And then I realized that today was 9/11, and I had a live, and my thoughts were, I can't do this. I don't want to go live on 9/11. And then I remembered how much healing can happen through crafting when we take a moment to use our gifts and talents in a way that helps heal. So this is meant as a piece and a reminder to heal. And I gotta remember my backside. So, and I don't think I'm gonna ink up that backside, so I just have to really be careful with it. So anyway, so this is an honorary piece for military, an honorary piece for 9/11. Yeah. And I may change my mind about the back at some point, but at this point, whoopsie. There we go. Let's do that. So now I said we weren't going to be using that blade anymore, but we will, because I have to cut my paper. Silly woman here. And I like that. I think it looks good. Yeah, it was a terrible day yesterday. As if one thing wasn't horrible and just awful enough, you know. Then comes another. I'm tired. I'm tired of all of it. It's been a rough year, period. So I don't know when. This can also be a reminder to pray for our country, to pray for all the people who are in harm's way, and that's a number of people. So this is a great reminder piece, in more ways than one. So I have to stop because I'm going to cry. Anyway. So let's see. I'm going to wait to put this in here because I want to get my paper going first. And I got to put my plate back in because I was a silly woman and I completely forgot about my paper. I love this honeybee paper. It is absolutely stunning. And gosh, I could use every piece of paper in this pack because it's just beautiful. Just kind of give you if you saw my Better Press piece, just some absolutely gorgeous red, white, and blue paper. It's called Americana, and it's just stunning, absolutely stunning. Love this last piece, We the People. Isn't that beautiful? Love this. Okay. So this is 6.5 by 5.5. So I'm going to cut this down. I believe I'm going to cut it down to the 1/2 inch, so I can have a little bit of a frame. I may have to ink those edges up a little bit more. So what I'm wanting to do is make sure that I get this at 5 3/4. 5 1/4 for the top part here. So it needs to be 5 1/4 up this way. And this part side to side. Did I do this wrong? Oh, you guys, I think I cut off the wrong piece. I did. Well, we have more paper. Where did my paper? I put it over here. I'll get another one out. Oh no, did I did. It was the only one I had left. I am not happy about this. Meant to use this side here. I may still do it, guys, because honestly, who's gonna know, right? So here we go. This is meant to be 5 1/4. I'm just gonna fudge it because I really liked that look. I'm not crazy about that look there as much as I am this. And so I'm gonna do what I wanna do. That's 5 1/4. So I'll just glue those together. And then this way is going to be, let's see, 5 3/4. Yep. Because it's 6 inches wide this way, and it's 5 1/2 this way. Okay. So now you need a total piece that measures 5 1/4 this way and 5 3/4 this way. So yay. And I'll show you what I'm doing with this piece here in just a sec. I really liked those stars on there, and I just decided I couldn't do without them, so I'm gonna use them. So we glue on like so. I'm kind of eyeballing it just to see how far I need to go down, and I need to come back up. So that's what it needs to look like. Okay. And nobody will ever know. This paper's so thin, unless I glue it wrong, then they'll know. All right, that's what I'm doing. We'll come back to you, cutting board. So here we go. Let's get our glue out. And it does feel better to be here creating. Yeah, that's good. Instead of being depressed. It always feels better. Honestly, I don't know, how I've never scrapbooked someone who's passed away. Well, yeah, I have. My mother. I've done a scrapbook for my mother. It was a very wonderful healing process to go through. I did cry along the way when I created that. So, but it was wonderful to do that. It just felt so, it was cathartic. It really was. Okay. I can scoot it if it's not far enough, but it looks great. Yes. Okay. I can scoot it just a smidge if I can. I can't. It's all right. If you're joining me and you're wondering why I have this strip like this, it's because I cut it wrong, but it's going to be just fine because this paper is so busy that one would never notice it at all. So it's going to be just fine. Okay. Now, here's what I want to do. I want these stars here, and I kind of wanted them on a strip up here. I just felt like I wanted some stars. So I'm going to cut this and kind of see what it looks like. I might just leave it like this. I don't know. But I'm going to cut a strip and see if I like it. It doesn't hurt to try. So we're going to cut this strip off. I'm just following the line here. It's kind of like block. I should have done that side first. Yeah, now I'm going to have a fun little struggle. This ought to be fun. And I can't start at the top because it'll rip. So we're going to go down this way and come back. There we go. And I may or may not like it. We'll see. I thought it would be kind of cool to have it up here. Maybe just at the top. I don't like that. It definitely needs to be in a location. I don't know that I really like it. If I were to do it, I would do it at the top. And that's not too bad, actually. And I would need to bring it kind of like that. Yep. I think I could go for that. I think that's kind of neat. Okay, we're gonna do it. Cut that there, just like so. Kind of visually made a note of where it looked really nice, and then we'll measure 6 inches from that. And that's about right. Looks good. Looks good to me. Oops, that wasn't 6 inches. What was it? Yes, So what? Oh, because we went to, that's right, it needs to be 5 1/4. Well, duh. No wonder I made that visual reference. Now it looks even better. There it is. My panel is 6 inches, not this. This is 5 3/4 wide. Okay, I do really, really like that. I'll glue that on. Okay, and now, something I really wanted to do that I thought would be really, really pretty. So the yellow ribbon is supposed to be significant or symbolic of remembrance. So I have grabbed some gold ribbon to kind of like be the yellow ribbon, and I'm gonna bring that around here. Just gonna bring it around up here at the top and kind of tie a bow right there. Just kind of make a bow there. Let's make sure we have enough ribbon. I'll probably pull more than I really need, but that's okay because I'd rather have more than I need than not enough. So I'm going to pull out that much. And then we'll stamp our sentiment. We'll stamp our sentiment. This is when the the tweezers helped me quite a bit. Well, this is going to take some working. There we go. And there we go. It's maybe a little too big. It at an angle. It's really pretty. Just gonna cut that. A little bit more, and now we have, it's so pretty. This is a very simple project that can be done very quickly, and you could knock out a bunch of them if you wanted to send them out. Okay, there's this. Now, I'm gonna stamp this. Maybe. All right, Stamparatus. Did I just call this a Stamparatus? That's hilarious. What are those Stampin' Up days coming back to me, aren't they? Stamp wheel is what I meant to say. Silly woman. Just gonna take one of my scraps here. I'm gonna put this stamp in. This stamp set from Dare to Be Artsy is phenomenal. I love it. One flag, one land, one heart, one hand, one nation, evermore. That's Oliver Wendell Holmes. Let freedom ring. God bless America. Missing you. Thank you for your bravery, sacrifice, and dedication to our country. Happy 4th of July. Happy Veterans Day. And we will never forget. Hi, Irene. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. So this is the sentiment from Dare to Be Artsy that I'm using that says, we will never forget. And I love that. So what a great set from Dare to Be Artsy. Just fantastic. Okay. What did I do with? There we go. Grab this. We'll ink it up. We may have to do that twice. Don't remember the last time I inked that. This is the first time I have used this stamp. Oh, that's really nice. It just probably will only need one more. I am so glad you are joining us, Irene. I'm excited. I saw that you had signed up. That is going to be so, so fun. I did this with several things in mind. We've got some people who are ill and not able to come in person, and you know, germs and whatnot are kind of scary at that time of the year, starting now through, you know, the spring of next year. So I just thought, I'm going to start offering virtual classes every now and then, and if they go really well, I might actually do them monthly, to be honest with you. So we'll see how that goes. I'm getting my feet wet doing it. So there's a first for everything. So I'm so glad you're going to be joining us. So I'm going to use this die set from Altenew, and as you can see, it has a number of dies, sizes, and whatnot. I have some missing because we're using them tomorrow for our class. There's 3 stamp sets that coordinate with this. Such a nice little set. Love it. Okay, so I am going to die cut this. I'm just going to tape this up. If y'all could see how absolutely messy it gets here, creating, it looks like a tornado hit every time I craft in my life. And I will be inking up around these edges and distressing it with some, did I get that? Yeah, I did. I think I did. With the vintage photo, like I did the other piece. Okay. This rolling. The nice part about me doing a virtual class is that I am so slow that everybody will be able to keep up with me. Chelsea? Oh, yeah. She hopes, okay. Yes, I sure will. I will definitely. Yes, I remember Chelsea, and I remember from Inky Stamper. Absolutely. She was such a dear. I loved meeting her. All of you ladies were so wonderful. I loved meeting all of you. Okay, so now we have this, and maybe I'll put it like I got too far over to the left, so I might put something there to kind of help offset that. But let's get to inking this up with some vintage photo. So I'm just going to actually go right straight across and then maybe make it a little bit darker around the edges. That helped in that regard. There's that. I can totally see why you call her your glitter bubble. She made my day. She was so sweet. And I need to reach out to her anyway. So that's perfect. Yay! I might actually just go a little bit heavier. And if this isn't perfect, it's okay because this paper is so vintage looking, it will be just fine. I really like that. Really pretty. Focus. Get a little bit more down here. And up here. Can't stop. I just can't stop. All right, where's my, put it in there. That's where it is. Okay. I'll pop this up on some dimension. It's like trying to think if I had any stars that would be really pretty, but I don't think I do. I might. Ooh. Oh, there's silver. Let's look through here. I thought maybe, let's just see what we have here. Hey, looking through my stash. Ooh, these are pretty though. I could probably use that. Just with a little gem at the end would be really, really pretty. Would that work? Or these are really pretty. Oh, these are pretty. I think I'll do that. Maybe. Let's see. It might look weird to just have one at the end. Let me put it on first. Let me get it on here. Let's do that. Ooh, look what just spilled out. These ones would look really pretty. Look at me. I'm just like, ooh, 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 ooh. I think that would look really nice, just like so. A very simple. She's on a cruise. So maybe I meant for she. Thank you for letting me know. Yes, this is not even half of it. I love me some bling. That's probably like only a quarter of it. And then there's some at my house. I'm unashamed. Totally unashamed. Okay, I am going to put some dimension on this. I'm going to use some of this Altenew. I think it's wide enough. And it is. That is perfect. So I'm going to measure that out. And just cut that as is. There we go. So we'll just stick this on the back. And this has quite a bit of dimension in it, just to let you know. It's just like, it's literally the width of this thing. So you got to be really careful. There we go. Perfect. There it is. So I'm going to stick that here. And you know what? I might not put any gems on this. I may just let this ribbon hang over and just kind of cover that up. And that's really pretty. I just think the simplicity of this is perfect. I love the simplicity of it. I know, I love all the gems. I love anything bling. And I'm unashamed of it either. I'm not ashamed. So, okay, now, if I were to put some on here, which I don't know that I will, I'll just pull some out and see what we got going on here. Let's get our tray. Yeah. Okay. I don't, maybe we will. Maybe just a few. Pull out some larger ones. I've got 2 right here. And that can kind of, what do you guys think? You like those? Those are kind of neat. I don't know. Oh, thank you. I don't know if I want those in there or not. I'm trying to decide. Maybe I don't want them in the centers. Maybe I just want them random. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just be a little random with it instead. I may have to put some kind of double-sided tape in there to kind of hold that in. It's a very soft look. That's why I'm kind of like trying to debate it. This is just really a very interesting thing that I'm doing tonight. This is actually a little decor piece. And we're going to put the decor piece in here in just a minute. Do I maybe want some up here? Oops. I may not use any at all. I don't like it. Sometimes I love bling, but sometimes it just doesn't speak to me. And right now it's not. So I'm going to leave them off. And I'm just going to leave it plain and very, very simple and very elegant. So I love the bling, but I struggle with it for sure. Like, where does it go? How does it look right? Okay, so this part is very, very simple. Like I said, we make a W with it. And all we have to do is put glue on both of these sides. And then we're going to slide it in there. So we'll do this really quick. We'll hold it down and yeah. So we're going to bring this inside like so. And I'm going to line it. I hope you can see. We're going to line this up right here at the corner. And then we're going to line this up down here at this corner. Before it dries. And then we're going to do this down here like so. Whoopsie. How did that happen? There. My gracious. So we're going to hold that together. And now we have a piece that stands, that can sit. And you can fold it and mail it. And like I said, you can cut it down to a 4 1/4 wide, or if you want to mail it, but you could also leave it this size and still mail it. So I'm going to trim this because I have a little bit hanging off. So, because that's going to drive me nuts, because that's who I am. There we go. So, and this ribbon is really, really pretty. I love it. Let's get that double-sided tape in there. We are done. And thank you for your compliment, Miss Irene. That was really sweet. Just gonna take a little bit of double-sided tape and bring that underneath my ribbon just so it'll stay in place. Come under here and just kind of put some here and then do that. There we go. And there we are. Yay. So you could also do it on the inside, but I would definitely do that before this part is added in there. So yeah, this could make a great square card if you wanted to do it as a square card. You could do this as a card. You could do this, like I said, as a piece of, it could be a card slash, and then you could write your message on the back if you wanted to. You could just, or just attach a little Post-it note on the back and let it be as it is. So very, very stunning. I really, really like it a lot. And that's it. Yay. Thanks for joining me, you guys. I think it was just Irene and Lindy here with me. Yeah, thanks. Oh, we have another, I gotta get down to the bottom here. Is that ribbon from a crafty company? Just some, yeah, it's actually in my store. And so I'll post a link to all of the products that I used in this. And I take it off a big spool and I measure it out and I put it out and I think it's 5 yards. I can't remember how many yards that I put it out on, but I have this in the shop. It is pretty. You can use this for Christmas. There's so many things that you can use that for. So yeah, I'll link it below for you if you're interested in that ribbon. So yay. All right, Irene and Lindy. Yay. I'll be seeing. Yay. Thank you. Oh gosh, this paper. Thanks, Lindy. Yes, this paper is just, like I said, I could use it all up. It's just beautiful. All right, without further ado, I'm gonna get moving here because I've got stuff to get cleared off before class tomorrow. So you guys take care and have a blessed, I don't know that I have any shimmer and any other color but the gold, Irene. I think I only have it in the gold. I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, I will let you know, but I'm about 99.9% sure that it's just in gold. So, yeah. All right. Take care, guys. Have a great rest of your evening and a blessed weekend. Yes, you are so welcome. Thank you for sharing your talent, lady. You have a lot of talent. All right. Take care. By the way, everybody, shout out to Irene. Irene, tell us, again, I can't remember the name. Tell me what the name of your YouTube show is. She does cards 5 minute, is it 15 minute? 15 minute, tell me, I hope you're still here with me. If you're not still here with me, I will link her website or her YouTube channel in my comments on this. Y'all need to go over and watch, and you can participate. She has a little channel that she tries to get people, encourages them to get cards done in 15 minutes. So you may have already left, Irene. I'm sorry. Oh, there it is. Card Chaos. That's it. It's called Card Chaos. And you need to go and subscribe to her channel and her Facebook. Thanks. I'm like, subscribe, and follow. Absolutely. Yes, 15-minute cards. That's it. Yes. All right. If you are a person, see, this should have only taken me 15 minutes, but I am slower than molasses, you guys. All right. Take care. Have a good night and good week.